So have you done a Google Plus Hangout yet?
I've done like 2 of them now.
Oh, you have?
I've done loads, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. See, that's
So
because you're young.
I know. I think this is, yeah, they seem to be very popular, these Google Plus things.
Yes, and you tweet as well. You have a Twitter, right? Twitter account?
Yeah, I tweet some. I forget to tweet.
You do?
Yeah,
You're
but I
busy.
have it though.
You do. It's
I don't know
actually
what to tweet about.
if you're anything. I mean, you could tweet about. That's the beauty of it. You could say whatever. Sometimes
I guess
people
so.
do too much.
People can overdo it. Yeah.
They do sometimes. But if you are watching, I hope I say this properly. And I know you get this all the time, but it's Saoirse.
Wow, that's
that
a very
good?
Celtic way of doing it. Well, yeah, Saoirse.
Saoirse.
Yeah, like inertia.
Inertia.
Oh, Saoirse.
Saoirse.
Well, yeah, you can do it that way if you want.
Or is it Saoirse?
Well, you don't need to say it like that. Just like Saoirse.
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 Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah. Saoirse
is joining us. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful name, and
Thanks.
so are you. And thank you for joining us in the Hangout.
Thank
We
you.
are hanging out with a bunch of people from all over here. We've got a couple of faces here from England. Let me introduce you to Trev. He is in Yorkshire.
Hiya, Trev.
And my resident
Hiya.
American in Boulder, Colorado is Monica.
Hiya, Monica.
Justin is in
Hello.
Brighton in the UK as
I
well.
want to go to Brighton. Hiya, Justin.
You do. I know
do.
it's a beautiful coast.
Yeah.
Pictures we see from Justin. Jimmy is here in Koreatown in Los Angeles.
Hi,
Hey,
Jimmy.
Saoirse. Hello.
And I do see some people watching us on air and on YouTube as well. So, hey, you guys, thanks for watching, and share the link. And if you have a question for Saoirse, let me know, or anyone in the Hangout, and we'll get it to her, okay? So, you are here, of course, to talk about The Host, which is coming out.
Yep.
I saw a trailer. You were awesome.
Thank you.
Your eyes were like these crazy blue. Were those contact lenses, or was that special effects?
The blue wasn't. The blue is mine.
It was you, but it was
yeah.
like really bright.
It was
and crazy.
mm.
Yeah.
And the silver rings then were the lenses. So I was a bit worried about it because I had tried lenses on before for another film, and we ended up not using them, thank God. But I didn't like them. I was they were heavy, and so we did them again for this, and I was quite worried about it because I couldn't really see anyone through them.
Oh my
So I
God.
thought, how am I going to be able to act when I can't, see anyone? But it was fine, and I adjusted and got used to it, and it was okay. You just have to use a lot of drops in your eyes.
Oh, fantastic. Well, you guys have questions, I know, so let me get to them really quickly. Go ahead, Trev.
Do you ever get sick of people telling you how nice your accent is?
Do you ever get sick of people telling you how nice your accent is?
Like Yorkshire accent.
I love the Yorkshire accent.
But it's the Yorkshire accent. It's a little different. No.
It is.
Trev, do you get, because we
Absolutely.
always, whenever he does join us in the Hangout, we're always sort of, mimicking his accent. We think it's so cute and sweet. Does it get like sort of, oh, okay.
No, it doesn't now. I mean, it's nice when people say that. It's better than someone complaining.
Of course.
Accent, obviously. But no, I mean, I didn't realize how strong it was, though. A lot of people have been saying to me recently, "Oh my God, you're really Irish." They're very shocked about that.
And you're like, thank you.
I guess that's a compliment, but no, it's fine.
I think because you do such a great accent, an American accent, you do all, you play the part. And so when we hear you in real life, it's sort of a departure from what we've seen you on film. So
well, that's good.
It's really a compliment to your acting.
Thank you.
Honestly.
It's nice.
And
it's fun to do, It really is fun to dive into these different accents and sounds, and it's very, doing an accent is very technical in some ways, and then in other ways it's very musical. And
do you have a coach on set to help you with different accents, or how does that work?
Yeah, you'll usually have a dialect coach on set who you'll work with. I mean, there's a few that I've worked with that I love, and I'll try to work with again if I can. But they're great because they give you the notes that you need, but they don't kind of go on about it too much. So
again, it's you. It's really you. Who had another question? Was it Justin? Go ahead, Justin.
Have you got a cat on your shoulder?
Yes,
I'm jumping in while Jimmy's been attacked by his cat.
That looks like a dog. It's so huge, Jimmy. My God. Justin, go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering how you coped with being nominated at such an early age for the Oscars. That must have been quite a weight, so young, and sort of carrying on from that. How did you deal with all that side of things, having so much limelight on you straight away?
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. I didn't really feel like there was a lot of limelight on me, certainly outside of Ireland. I mean, I felt like there was in Ireland, and there still kind of is, you know. And it is strange. I mean, it's the it's the kind of attention that nobody is used to, really. So it was, it was different. But it was one of those things that I felt like was great, and it was really, I mean, it was amazing to be nominated. But I feel almost like films that I've done since then, like Hannah, which kind of commercially have done well, have actually changed things more.
Yeah.
Attention wise.
Well, they definitely have a different persona. You had a different character in Hannah. I mean, you were kick butt chick, right, in Hannah.
A bit,
a bit, just a bit. By the way, like.
What have you got now?
See,
is that a rabbit?
It's a dog.
Is that a dog?
Big dog. Yeah. Aww. Jimmy, yes. Yeah. Go ahead. What's your question?
Yes, just wanted to say, first of all, I do love your accent. It's awesome. But you kick so much ass in Hannah. How much training did you have to go through to do that? And do you get to beat up a lot of people in your current movie as well, in The Host?
I did do a lot of training for Hannah, just because physically it was very, very demanding, and I've never done anything that was that demanding before. And I mean, there were a lot of action sequences for that, and a lot of stuff that was choreographed, so you kind of need to understand that a little bit as well. But yeah, I mean, I trained in the gym every single day a couple of months before we started, and would do like 2 hours in the gym of intense training, just to be toned and kind of physically able to do what I needed to do. And even I thought at the time, like, oh, is this really going to make a difference? But it really does. And then in the afternoon I would do like 2.5 hours of martial arts training and things like that. So it was great, and I feel like even though it's been a few years, and I certainly wouldn't be able to do all of what I did then unless I trained again, it's still kind of instilled in you, and it's something that you don't lose. So when it came to The Host, I mean, I don't really have to do that much action in it, like choreography wise, but just being able to throw a punch or being able to react to something was because of Hannah. So
now, do you have you live in Ireland?
Yeah,
primarily. You don't live here in Los Angeles, right?
No.
Do people recognize you when you're walking around here, or do you pretty much have your anonymity where you go?
People haven't recognized me too much. I think with The Host now, just because we've been doing a lot of press for it, a few people have recognized me. And I've always thought that if you're recognized in America, that's when you're recognized everywhere.
Is that right? Is that
well,
right?
yeah, because this is like the hub of entertainment, really. So whenever that's happened, it's always been unexpected. I mean, I kind of expected to a certain extent in Ireland, just because people know me at home. So I've just been in the newspapers a bit more and on the telly a bit more, just because whenever anyone does well at home, people know about it. Whereas over here, and even in the UK and stuff, I don't really get it that often, which has been kind of ideal for me. People have known the films more than me, so
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, 18
Yeah.
years old. Have you thought about something else? Because you've had such a successful career in this industry already. You could do anything. Do you want to go back to school? Do you want to take a little break, or do you want to continue?
I mean, at some stage I would love to go to college, just for a year or something, just to study, I don't know when that would be. I mean, it's easier said than done, really, with what we do, because it's so hard to know when you're going to have a break and when you're going to work again. It's really hard to kind of plan ahead. You don't know what's going to happen. So I think if it came to it, I would need to just say, right, I'm not, whether anything comes along or not,
to it. I
have to just say, right, I'm not doing anything for the next year or so. So we'll see when that'll be. But I mean, I'd like to travel a bit as well and do other stuff.
Good, Justin, go ahead.
Yeah, could you see yourself not only just with films, but starting things like a stage career as well, and touring theatre?
Yeah, I would love to do theatre. It's something that I'm thinking about now. I mean, a couple of years ago, there were a few scripts that were sent to me for theatre, and I just wasn't ready to do it. I knew I wasn't ready to do it. I feel like I'm almost at the stage now where I'd really like to try it. And, you know, I've gone to just people that I know who are putting on plays. I've gone to see the stage when it's being set up beforehand, before a performance. And it's something that I think is so exciting, it's so petrifying at the same time.
Yes.
And I love working with the camera, but I would love to have a relationship with an actor on stage where there's nothing in between,
and the audience, because you do have that relationship. It's live.
It's so immediate, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I have one last question, and I'll let you go. I loved you in the movie Atonement.
Thank you.
Loved your performance in that film. You were very young at that time. I mean, you're young now, but you were very young, and dealing with that very mature subject matter. I mean, how, as an actor at that age, how is that explained to you, or how did you see that whole story and the subject?
I think there were some things that I understood. I mean, I knew what the story was about. I was very young, so I had only just learned about what, you know,
sex,
rape, you know, all these different incest, all that sort of stuff. The naughty word in the letter, things like that. But I feel like there was a lot that I didn't really understand, and it almost came out naturally as well, you know, which I guess worked for the character. I mean, it's one of those things where it's very hard to think about it afterwards and really break it down, because a lot of I mean, when I'm on set, most of it is just kind of I like to leave it down to instinct if I can, because I usually feel like that's what feels right, you know, for me anyway. I mean, I respect that other people, they make notes beforehand and they really work on their scene, and I really admire that. That's just not something that I can do, really. So I felt like, especially back then, I was so new to it, and I feel like when kids are starting out anyway, it is all solely down to instinct. I mean, now that I've got a bit more experience, I do work with the camera a bit more and I know what's going on, but back then I didn't, you know. And in a way, I think that worked, because I had fantastic guidance from Joe, the director, and the other actors. Like James McAvoy was so brilliant with me. He really was. And so to have that kind of energy around me was great, I suppose, for an 11-year-old.
Well, you're brilliant. I loved you in all your movies, including The Lovely Bones, and of course The Host. I hope to see.
Says, well, when I was 18.
What's that?
When I was 18, I was a kid.
You're not there now yet, Trev. No.
No, but yeah, that's the thing. I was a hell of a lot less mature than that.
I know, so mature, and just
yes.
It was such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. And it was nice to meet you guys as well.
Yes. Can you guys please take a photo of me and Saoirse?
Just screen capture.
Yeah, screen capture. Okay, there's the camera.
Okay.
Okay. Cheers.